Hello and welcome. I'm sure you were wondering, hey, did Dom forget that he's streaming again? No, I didn't forget that I'm streaming again. I'm right here, and for some reason my model's mouth isn't working, so that's a problem we're going to have to fix. But happy Boxing Day. I hope that everyone had a good holiday if you celebrate, and if you don't celebrate, that's okay. I hope that you had a nice, relaxing Sunday and you didn't have to deal with any stress whatsoever and could just lay there and relax. I am back at work again. Yeah, so my 2 weeks vacation is over. But Mel is still here. She's in my bedroom right now with Inky drawing, working on her, her work. So yeah. If you were here for our event, thank you. We had a lot of fun. This tree next to me right here was given to me courtesy of our friend Mimi, who is also a streamer. You should totally, let me see if I can real quick get some stuff going. Can't find anything right now. Of course, every time you need something, you can never find it. Hello, Shikyo, welcome. Oh, here it is. So that's Mimi's channel. You should totally check her out sometime. She's the one that went and created this cute tree. She gave me one for Red Dommy and she gave me one for Purple Dommy. But we're not streaming as Red Dommy right now. We're streaming as Purple Dommy. That's why we have the purple tree on. So thank you so much, Mimi, for doing this. It was really kind. I was given this a day after my birthday. Unfortunately, we did not stream on Christmas this year, so I completely did not connect that I needed to use it. Otherwise, I would have used it on stream earlier, so yeah. Thank you so much, Mimi. Go and give him a follow. That said, yesterday was Christmas, and as some of you know, because I was promoting it on my various social medias, I did participate in the Deco My Tree thing. A lot of people did send me some messages, and I would like to read those messages. Unfortunately, I just remembered I can only access that on my phone. And I need my phone to show you my pretty face. So I can read the messages, but my model will just be static here for a while. I can go PNG mode and read the messages. That will probably work. I did want to read them on stream. I thought they would be something special and just kind of cute. Just a cute way to like kick off a stream or end one, or just like, and there's not that many that are on there, so I just felt like it was something special to do. So I think that is something we will do real quick before we get to our key, because I am wanting to see like all the nice things that people said to me. So give me one moment. I will not be able to broadcast them on stream though, because I cannot log into my account because I do not know what password I set, because I set it while I was in the Airbnb talking with Mel and washing dishes. So I cannot possibly guess at what that password was. I've tried so many passwords I can think of, and none of them is the one. So, yeah, that's a problem. So let's just open up vtuber for a bit. Hello, it's me, but in PNG form. Okay, let's read some of these guys. Okay. All right, so our first message Our first message is from Mel. It says... me love your PP, me smack your PP with this mitt, hee hee PP. Thank you, Mel. That's very kind of you to say. I'm glad that you took the time to tell me that. And you probably did do exactly what you said you were going to do. So, you made good on it. Next one is from Minty. Minty says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, Domi. I gave you a cupcake with hopes for lots of tasty, delicious things in your near future. Aw, thank you. That's very kind. I would love to eat that cupcake, but gluten-free cupcakes are very difficult to find, so I will stare at it and hope that delicious things come. Alright, we got a new one from Lindy. It says, thank you for being an awesome content creator. This year may have been difficult, but you never gave up and kept going. You're very strong, and I am grateful for that. I am so happy to be your loyal simp. Aw, thank you, Lindy. I appreciate that, and I'm so glad that you found my content uplifting and inspiring for you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Next one is from Pumpkin Patch Guy. It says, Happy Holidays and a successful next year. Be safe. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate that. Okay, this is another ad. Next one is from Dammy. It says, Happy Holidays, handsome. Happy Holidays to you too, Dammy. I hope that you had a great holiday celebration. I don't know if you celebrate Christmas or not, but if you do, I hope that it was a good one. Thank you for the pets. Alright, next one is from Echo. It says, thank you for always being so supportive and understanding. Talking to you is always so fun, and you always brighten my day just by existing. I'm happy Mel has someone so kind by his side. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's have many more. Take care. I hope you have a great one. I know you've had a rough year, so I'll do my best to help you make 2024 a better one. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's been rough. Ironically, actually, I think the end of the year has been better than the start of it, which is kind of surprising, because I feel like at the start of the year I actually wasn't doing that bad. I mean, I had just gotten back from seeing Mel, and I felt like things were going well for a while until Max died, and then everything just kind of fell apart after that. So, yeah. Well, thank you, Echo. I appreciate that. I hope that that is the case, and I look forward to 2024 being a better one for you as well. Alright, this one's from Shika. It says, Hey Adami, I hope you have an awesome holiday. Love you, man, and I'm happy you get to see Mel for holidays in person. Take it easy and sending the best wishes your way. Thank you, Shika. That's really sweet. Mel and I have very much been enjoying seeing each other in person. We've been taking a lot of time to be together, and we've done a lot of talking, and we've gone to a bunch of different places. We've done some play stuff. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to have a very hard time adjusting going back to not having this lifestyle, being honest with you. But it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. I feel like there's a certain expectation that you have whenever you see somebody that you don't ever get to see, like, more than once a year, even if it's just like a friend or a family member, for example. And there's always things that, like, you want to do with that person, or like you have plans in mind that you want to go to with that person. And I feel like I have been able to accomplish most, if not everything, that I had hoped that I would accomplish while Mel is here. There's a couple of things that I still want to do with her while she's down, but for the most part, I feel like I've been able to do what I hoped I would, and that's really great, because there have been a lot of times during this trip where we both realized that having somebody stay with you for 3 weeks in a place that is not your own is a lot more challenging than than you thought it would be in a lot of different ways. And also just living from home. I mean, I live at home, for those of you who don't really know. So being away from home for 3 weeks is rough financially and other ways, but yeah, it's been really nice. I've been introduced to a lot of new content creators. I got a new mobile game that I play now thanks to Mel. It's just been really nice. So, yeah. All right, moving on. Next one is from Aro. It says, "Merry Christmas, oh God." LMAO. Aw, well, thank you, Aro. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. I don't want to read that because it's another stupid ad. From Ebby. "Merry Xmas, Domi. I'm happy we are once again celebrating the holidays as close friends. Never change." Aw, thank you, Ebby. I'm happy that we're able to celebrate the holidays as close friends too. For those of you who don't know, Ebby gave Mel and I an incredible gift of buying us an advent calendar, which we got off of Love Honey, and we have been using that calendar. It's used up now. We've gone through all 13 days, but we have used up that calendar to the fullest possible advantage we could. It's been a lot of fun. That calendar has introduced us to a lot of stuff that we normally wouldn't have played with, or we normally wouldn't have wanted to experiment with, and it's just been a really good time all around. So thank you, Ebby. I really appreciate you getting us that. Mel really appreciates you getting us that. It's very kind of you. I was trying to get Twitch in the TV, but it's not installing. Well, that's fucking rude, because it does YouTube. So, you know, fuck that. Hey, but one thing though, if your TV has an internet browser like mine does, you might just be able to navigate over to the website, twitch.tv/domiwoof, and watch it that way. I don't know if yours does what mine does, but mine has that. I think it. Wait, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just has YouTube. No, I think it does have a web browser. I don't know. Let's move on. Next one's from Enikon. It says, "Happy holidays." Thank you, Enikon. And Enikon gave me a chocolate bar. Yummy. I got it on the big one, but even though it's the same TV but smaller in the bedroom, it's not doing anything. Oh, that's weird. Next one is from Rory, who I'm talking to right now. It says, "Merry Christmas, Master Domi. I hope you and Mel have a great one. Love you lots, XXX." Aw, thank you, Rory. That's so sweet. What a good puppy. Thank you for sending me that. And the ornament is even orange. It looks like a ball. I want to put my teeth around it. Next run is from Salap. It says, "Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I appreciate your hard work for sex positivity and your creativity. It is a blessing on my timeline." Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I've been off of Twitter for a while. 4 or 5 months, I think. Ever since I navigated over to Blue Sky. And Blue Sky is a very different place. There's a lot of sex workers on Blue Sky. A lot of very vocal, very strong, very outspoken, and a lot of great activists there who do a lot of great things for sex work. But it's also very apparent that it gets ignored a lot. And I think this was probably apparent on Twitter as well. It was just a different flavor of apparent because even though sex work was relatively being ignored, there was just so much of it being thrown at you all the time that you kind of thought it was being supported, even though it wasn't. Especially if the sex worker is, you know, not a cishet male who's white, because those are the ones that seem to get the most attention for some reason. Yeah, it's just been different. In a lot of ways, it's been uplifting, but I've noticed during the holiday season that even though it's uplifting for me as someone who does sex work and is passionate about uplifting sex workers, it's also devastating in a lot of ways as well. And I've actually had a really hard time this holiday season browsing through Blue Sky and stuff like that, and just seeing the amount of need that exists among sex workers like me that isn't met because people either don't tip them or don't promote their stuff or don't reskeet posts. I've been very adamant about talking about that recently, that people need to reskeet posts that they like, because Blue Sky doesn't have an algorithm. So if you're not sharing things with people who follow you, then they're not going to see it. And unfortunately what that means is there are a lot of accounts that get on Blue Sky wanting to do their best, and it ends up not working for them because people don't share their work. And that's really sad to me. I'm in a fortunate place where I don't have to rely on things like aid and tips as much as others do. They do help me a lot. Aid and tips. I have had to have aid quite a bit this year because Max is passing. And because of overdrafting several times, though Mel and I have finally gotten that problem under control because we sat down and we created a financial plan. But yeah, it's just hard. It's been really hard to see. I hope that things get better. I really do. But yeah. I think discoverability on Blue Sky isn't great at the moment. I don't think many people outside their own groups are seeing much else. And you're probably right about that. It's just that there are things that you can do to change that, and so many people don't want to. And I understand why it's the case. It's because it's Twitter. It's because it's Twitter culture. People are coming from Twitter, having gotten used to not needing to like retweet posts and having an algorithm feed them content. But yeah. Yeah, thank you, Salap. I really appreciate the message. I'm glad that you find my content uplifting. It makes me really happy to hear that. So thank you. Stop advertising to me. Okay. Next one is from Maria/Kai. I know I don't always write, but I appreciate that you've taken the time to read my message and helped giving me feedback. I appreciate you as a person and love your content. Merry Xmas, and I hope you have a peaceful year this upcoming 2024. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. I hope you do as well. I know that you have not had the easiest one yourself. So here's hoping that is the case for the both of us. I don't know, I'm off Twitter and I'm seeing people post things on Tumblr with thousands of interactions, and their Blue Sky has like 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. Next one is from Matt Draws. Wishing you a great day and a wonderful holiday. Keep being the awesome person you are. Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate that. Next one is from Karis. Karis says, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, Domi. I hope you have a good one. Thank you for being such a good friend to Echo and I. We appreciate you so much. You are so welcome, Karis. Karis is a... Karis and Echo both are two people who go through a incredible amount of financial stress and emotional stress and interpersonal stress, and they deal with it well together. I feel like they find a lot of support in themselves and each other, but they are two of the most resilient people that I have met, despite the things that they have had to deal with. And I genuinely hope that things get better for them in 2024. Did you read mine yet? Yes, it was the second one I read. Thank you for wanting to slap my pee-pee. Next one is from Sausage Patty. I spent Christmas by myself for several years by choice. It's nice, actually. I do what I want when I want. I cook and bake when I want to as well. Reach out if you need to chat. Aww. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that you've found it to be enjoyable being alone. I'm learning that it's actually not so bad living away from home myself. over these past 3 weeks. There are definitely things that I have not liked, but there is a lot more that I like than don't. And the things that I don't like are about the Airbnb itself and not anything to do with me or my situation with my partner. It's just being in a place that doesn't have a dishwasher sucks ass. So, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you had a great holiday season, and I hope that you baked something nice for yourself. I'm sure you did, but I hope you do. Or I hope that you did. Next one is from Sly. It says, Happy Yule and holidays, Domi. Thank you so much, Sly. I appreciate that. And our last message is from Davin. Merry Christmas, Domi. I hope you enjoy licking the gingerbread man clean. You know, I haven't actually licked any of the gingerbread cookies yet, except for the ones that we fucked up. Which we fucked up quite a few of them, actually. But yeah. We will certainly be licking some later. Thank you so much, Davin, for the message. I appreciate that you took the time. And those are all of our messages. Thank you guys so much for sharing your well wishes for 2024 with me and wishing me a happy holiday. I enjoyed reading these last year. I enjoyed reading them this year. Next year, hopefully, I can remember my password so I don't have to send up like 10 fucking emails to support to get into my own account, which they never responded to, by the way. They didn't respond to a single fucking email, but that's not here nor there. Fucked up, is it inedible or just not good looking? We broke some of them, unfortunately. Some of them, so just a quick thing. I'm a person who has a gluten sensitivity, so a lot of my things that I do are gluten-free, or just generally do not involve gluten in any way. Usually, if I can avoid it, I do. We had to get gluten-free flour for the gingerbread cookies because there's no possible way I could have that much gluten in my diet and not be hurt. Not only was it my first time baking with gluten-free flour, it was also my first time baking gingerbread cookies. And the recipe that we used had 2 recommendations. It said that we could either put the cookies in for 10 minutes or for 8 minutes. Now, they said if you put them in for 10 minutes, they're a little bit more crunchy, but if you put them in for 8 minutes, they're a little bit more chewy. So we put some in for 10 minutes and we put some in for 8 minutes. The 10 minutes actually held up remarkably well. Those guys held together, they cooled well, and they were decorated pretty well. The 8-minute guys, however, they started to fall apart once they left the pan. So that kind of sucked. And we noticed as we had began decorating them that they were sort of coming apart a bit. And as we were decorating some of them, well, one of them came apart as I was decorating it. That's the picture I took where the guy didn't use a safe word during the golden sprinkle shower. And the other one was for Mel and I's friends, Andrea and Jack. Mel made the gingerbread man, and it was holding well at first, but then I went to transfer them to the refrigerator, and as I was transferring them from the plate to the pan in the refrigerator, that one broke, so we just had to eat that one. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. We sat around yesterday decorating gingerbread cookies and watching the rest of What We Do in the Shadows, which is a fantastic show, by the way, if you haven't seen it. 100% highly recommend. Matt Berry is a fucking treasure. But yes, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun decorating gingerbread cookies. I've never made gingerbread cookies before, so this was my first time doing it. I actually have done a lot of cooking these past 2 weeks that I've never done before, so it's been pretty interesting. Yeah, it's been pretty neat. But yeah, that's all that's been happening with me on this trip. There are a couple of channel things I want to discuss. First and foremost, I made an announcement about this back in November when my birthday was. And I let everybody know that my voice actor set had been funded. That is still pending. We haven't actually been able to go out and find that yet. We have to shop for that in person because it comes from a store near here. And there are better deals at that store than there are on Amazon. So I'm hoping to pick that up soon before Mel leaves. If we're not able to pick it up before Mel leaves, I'll probably try and pick it up sometime soon. I really wanted to make an effort in 2024 to start doing Fansly auto content. Because a number of you guys said that you would support me if I did Fansly audios. So those would probably be like once a week. I'd be drafting out an audio to record, and I'd just post it up on Fansly. Now, this is going to be my first time ever doing exclusively paid content. Up until now, everything that I do is free, and supporting me is completely optional, which I'm not going to change that. Everything that I do is going to stay free, and supporting me is going to stay optional. But I did want to try branching out into like having optional paid content, because I see a lot of streamers who like also run Fansly on the side for like subscribers and stuff like that, and I thought that would be pretty cool to do myself. So I want to try doing it with audios. What this means is there won't be any free audios. It's going to exclusively be on Fansly, so you'd have to subscribe. But I'm looking forward to it because I had a lot of fun doing audios before. So I think this will be neat if we can secure the voice acting set before Mel leaves, and all that. Another thing is well, for some of you who were here, what about audios on private Discord server? Not sure, to be honest, because if I upload them straight to Fansly, there's not really any connection between Discord and Fansly. I could possibly upload them in two places, if that's feasible. That might be doable. I'm not sure yet how that will work. This is not really rolled out yet, so I don't have any hard details on it. Would you record audios for server? There's a channel in the subscriber server to request audio recordings for me. You can already request audios from me in the server. But no, I'm still doing that. I'm still doing that. Yeah, no, yeah, no, that's your right as being in that server. I'm not taking that away. This is like for people that like maybe you don't subscribe to any of my content, but you do like want to hear my voice or my audios or whatever. Then you have the option of paying for the audios on the side if you want to. That's all that is. I'm not taking the ability to request audios away or anything like that. I quite like that ability anyway. I feel like if someone does subscribe to me, they should get a variety of options of content, and I feel like I already have that in place, so I'm not taking any of that away. I don't want to. So sorry if I'm confused anyone or anything like that. I didn't quite mean to. I don't think I worded that very well, but yeah. The other thing is, some of you were here during November, and you watched the Trails Vember event that I did all month long. Trails Vember was a event that I was sort of experimenting with. It was a month-long event where all we did was play Trails games. That was in honor of my birthday. I've done some thinking, and I've decided that we are going to start doing that semi-frequently. I haven't quite decided like what I want the frequency to look like yet. It could be every other month. It could be every 2 months. It really depends on like the flow of things. I am sort of thinking through the logistics of this more, and I am thinking it might just make more sense to transition to where it might make more sense to transition to where we're only doing like one game at a time per week, or like hyper focusing on one game until it's done and then moving to another one. But that's not really the spirit of the event so much as it was in Trails Vember, so I'm not really sure which one I prefer yet, but that is another change I'm exploring. I haven't quite decided how I want that to look. I'll probably do another experimental, I'll probably do another like experimental event like Trails Vember next year, probably like in February, where we try another series. I'm thinking the series will probably be the Atelier games. I'm not sure yet. But that's where my head is at with that. Some of you may have seen that announcement in my subscriber channel in my Discord server. But I don't quite know how that's looking yet. So just stay tuned for that. If you liked Trails Vember, I'm sure that you don't mind this change. And if you didn't like Trails Vember, don't know what to tell you. Sorry. This is first and foremost a channel where we play role-playing games, and role-playing games are very, very long. That's just kind of part and parcel of being a role-playing game streamer. So, yeah. I do want to say thanks again for everyone who supported Trails Vember. It was amazing to see how many people came to enjoy the Trails games more than they did originally. And I'm hoping for that with the other series that I used during this event as well. I do have a running list of these in my subscriber channel, so if this is new information to you and you just want to see what list I have in mind, you can check there, but it is not a complete list and it is not a exhaustive list by any means. So if you want to recommend a series, you can, and I will look into that. I think the hardest series to do this with by far is going to be Tales of. That's going to be a monster, and I'm going to have to figure out how I want to arrange it because of the amount of games I will have to buy for that. There's some other things coming, like we got some updates on stuff, like art updates, and we got some model stuff coming. There's some graphics coming. There's some channel things coming. Trying to think if there's anything else that's like big and no, I think I captured most of it. So those were like the big things right now coming in the immediate future. So I hope that you will look forward to them when they come about. Yeah. Well, with that long introduction out of the way, we are now going to finally move to our scheduled content, now that we are 47 minutes into the stream, and now that Keymailer will have to scrub 47 minutes to find where I actually covered the game I said I was going to cover. We're going to be playing 7th Lair today, which is the sequel to The House in Fata Morgana, which is not a game that I finished on this stream, on this channel, but it is a game that I have wanted to continue streaming on this channel. I started streaming The House in Fata Morgana years ago, I think before I even became a VTuber, and quite a few people liked it, but we dropped it for reasons that I could not say. Just the usual reason of Dom dropped a game, when will we see it again? And you just kind of never see it again. So I've been given a key to play the sequel of that game, and I am excited to give it a go with you. We're probably not going to be playing it for terribly too long, but we are going to give it a genuine go. So I hope that you're excited. I do not know what this game is about. I was given a description on Keymailer. I will be honest and say I did not read it. All I saw was it was the sequel to The House in Fata Morgana, and that was enough for me. By the way, if you have never played The House in Fata Morgana... Oh, I'm so sorry. This is not a sequel. This is made by the same people. But I am going to continue plugging The House in Fata Morgana anyway. If you have not played The House in Fata Morgana, that game is fantastic. If you love visual novels, you will love it. If you love horror novels, you will love it. It has a lot of similar beats as Umineko as far as like creepy mysteries go and stuff like that. But it's a lot more of a story that's told over a generation of years, so to speak. So if you like those kinds of stories, or just a story about an old creepy house, you will definitely enjoy The House in Fata Morgana. You should totally play it. All right, let's get into 7th Lair. Oh, congrats. Attention, this game contains depictions of blood, graphic violence, and other potentially disturbing content. Oh, we're already starting off strong. We got some statues here. And they have their hands out. This is eerily unsettling. Oh my god, I couldn't read that if I wanted to. Oh! Oh! Oh. Oh, I get to enter a name? Well, I think we know what name. Oh? Huh? My name? What does it mean, input my name? What? Is this some kind of dream? What's going on here? What on earth? Why? Why can't I speak? Nothing comes out when I try. All around me. Damn, it's pitch black. I can't see anything. My name? What's going on here? Who's there anyway? What's happening here? Answer me! Oh my god. In 5 seconds, our name will be input automatically. What if it's wrong? Just write something, right? I don't know, write dog balls or something. What? My name automatically? What does that mean? Uh-oh, it's really counting down. I mean, how am I supposed to input anything? Wait, at least answer me. I have no idea what's... Hey! So my name. I need to say my name? But I can't speak! It's Michelle. My name is Michelle. Michelle Bollinger. That's my full name. Please work. Oh? 7th Lair? Wait! Huh? Yeah! And in that moment, the darkness was gone. What enveloped me next was a clear blue sky. After the jolt up my spine, I realized that I wasn't standing on anything. My old screams thundered through my ears. I was falling. Whoa! What? There was nothing to hold on to. Need an explanation of what's going on? That's exactly what I want, too. Some random words forcing me to give my name out of nowhere? And then I was thrown up into the sky. And now I was plummeting. That was all I knew. It's over. Thinking wasn't gonna help. I'm dead! Well, that was short. That was short. Good game. Good game. I especially liked the part where we weren't able to talk. Get up. Hey, get up. Come on and get up already. Oh. So bright. What the? Ah, good, you moved. You were completely still, so I was pretty sure you were dead. What? Who is this? And where am I? A graveyard? My eyes still hadn't adjusted to the light, but as it settled into focus, there was a young girl with softly colored hair looking down at me. I probably had a totally dumbfounded look on my face. That would have explained the suspicious yet concerned look she was giving me. Hey, are you okay? Get it together already. There's like so much that I want to ask you. Huh? You want to ask me? Hey, so what happened? You know something about this place, don't you? So who the heck are you? What's the heck's going on here? What? No, hang on. Don't just freak out on me. Answer me. What's the deal here? Why is something crazy like this happening? Why, I mean, I'd like to know myself. I don't even know what's happening to begin with. Oh god, that's such a mood. Wait, so you don't know anything either? I at least can't answer any of your questions. I don't know anything. Big mood. With my mind still foggy and this little girl grilling me, I tried to look around. Where was this? Why a graveyard? And not to mention, after falling right out of the sky, why was I uninjured? And what was that before? This isn't a dream. At least I don't think. Ah, what gives? I feel dumb for getting my hopes up now. After that crazy way you appeared, I was sure you definitely knew something. Crazy way I appeared? Yeah, all of a sudden the sky was all flashy. The sky was flashy? That's why we were so surprised. We ran over here to see and you were dead on the ground. Alright, we will continue the investigations of being dead on the ground after these brief commercial messages. So don't go anywhere, we'll be back in a minute and 30 seconds. Hello? Oh, shit. I don't know why that was... I don't know why my tits were that big, I'm sorry. Me? But wait a second, I have no idea what you're saying. I don't even know who you are. Nelly, I think you should calm down. He's clearly just as confused. It'll only make it worse if you just bombard him all at once. I was so distracted by the little girl that I didn't even notice, but there was someone else here. It was a boy with a gentle-looking demeanor. His hair was a similar color to the girl's. Who are you? I'm Mel, Nelly's older brother. Ah, Nelly is her name, by the way. Mel? Huh? Is something wrong? No. Anyway, I'm sorry, but we're flustered too. We didn't have any ill intent pressing you like this. He's composed, smart. I still have no idea what's going on, but it seems like I can get somewhere discussing this with him. But Big Brother, don't you think this guy doesn't know anything? I mean, didn't you see the way he appeared in the sky? Indeed, that did make him seem important. But it also isn't guaranteed that important people have any information. God, that is such a mood. No, wait, I want you to wait a second here. What, do you mean about the way I appeared? I already told you, all flashy-like Sailor Moon. And I told you I don't know what you mean. To put it one way, it's like you were a gift from the heavens. You were wrapped in a bright light, and some mysterious power sent you downward. What? No, come on, isn't that a crazy way to put it? I think so too. I can't help but I can't help if that's how it looked. You make it sound too cool given the nature of our situation. And rather embarrassing, I might add. But you know, it's kind of ridiculous. Huh? Usually, if someone's gonna fall from the sky, it's a girl, right? So why did we get some stick-in-the-mud, long-haired chump? Let me take that back. You're not the reliable character at all. You're the punchable one. Hey, what's with you? All I did was say what I was thinking. Be a little more choosy with your words. Oh, stop it, you two. We have to hurry up and make sense of this situation. Yeah, we do. Yes, you're right. To think that the youngest of all of us was espousing the most wisdom. So you have no idea what's going on after all? You're the same as us. When we came to, we were in a forest. At first, I thought because I'm so super cute that we'd got kidnapped. I really did. Right, because you're so super cute, Nelly. What's with these two? But you just seem too unreal. I think that's the way to put it. Appearing out of nowhere and all. So I had no idea what to think after that. I mean, I had never seen anything like that. And also, the clothes we have on. Aren't they weird? Did you always wear clothes like that? Huh? Now that he pointed it out, I finally noticed it. Their clothes weren't modern at all. Right, they were plain old looking, like we had just jumped back a few hundred years in history. And what's more is that it wasn't just them. I was also dressed the same way. This robe looks hard to move around in. Hey, is this? Just as Nelly opened her mouth to speak to me amid my bewildered silence. Huh? Huh? Vaguely, but still enough so that all of us were aware, some change occurred. It was in the air, or rather, the feeling in the air. The world that surrounded us suddenly changed. Above us! There's something! What? What? Ah! Letters! Giant letters are floating in the air! What is that? What is that? The hero and his party then departed on a quest to save the world. What the heck am I supposed to say to that? No, come on, that doesn't explain anything! That's skipping so much! A game. A game! Ah! Did you figure something out? I just remembered what happened before we came here. I was trying to download a game. What? What kind of game? Wait, is that a QR code? Holy shit, I want to see if that QR code actually works. So it does work. It does actually work. But I really can't tell if this is like part of the game or an actual real true website. Okay. Okay. I think this is just part of the website. Yeah, this is just part of the web. Okay, this is just part of the game. This is not an actual website somebody made. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. I was so confused for a moment. There's some really interesting stuff on this website. Wow. Okay. Well, we know it's real now. Or at least the website is real. The website's an actual website that you can access if you scan the QR code, is what I'm trying to say. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, my water is condensating everywhere. I will return shortly. I must get these Kleenex. Why did I say that? I have a Kleenex box right here by my face. Oh no. Oh no, I dropped the Kleenex. This is so unfortunate with the music in the background. Okay. Alright, the desk mess is cleaned up. Sorry about that. I had to clean that up because it was a mess. Alright, so it appears that Nelly was trying to download a game. It was a game that was released on April Fool's this year. But from where? From a place called I'm gonna butcher that pronunciation, but I'm gonna try my best. From a place called Royalm Heaven, run by someone called Dark Knight. Royalm Heaven? Royalm Heaven. An indie game site? An indie game site. That's... how do I put this? Oh, are we Dark Knight? Is Dark Knight us? So you downloaded the game from there too, right? No, Out with it! We're here in this crazy unknown situation together. Don't go hiding anything from us. That's my website. Yeah. You're Mr. Dark Knight? Yes. You're the villain! Wait, no, it's a misunderstanding. A false accusation. How could it be a misunderstanding? I got the game from that site and then this happened. What kind of trap did you set, you monster? What are you planning on doing to us? Ugh, this guy's not only a pain, but he was the madman developer as well. It's a misunderstanding. You got it all wrong. And hey, who are you calling a pain? Look in a mirror. You're a pain in the neck any way you cut it. And what the heck is Royalm Heaven even supposed to mean? That translates to Kingdom Heaven. It's supposed to be Kingdom of Heaven. That's why you're a pain. Big brother, our point of discussion isn't how much of a pain Dark Knight is. He made some crazy game, and thanks to him, we got sucked into this game world, right? What? Sucked into the game world? Yeah, look what you got us into. No, come on, wait a second. You can't... I mean... Getting sucked into a game world... There's just no way that could happen. Totally impossible. But isn't that the only explanation for this right now? I mean, you hear that BGM faintly playing too. And that title, and that text up there, and how you appeared in the sky. This isn't a flippin' RPG. This is a flippin' RPG. Whoa. Is that what it is? No, wait. Can't we assume that it's some kind of magic trick? That sounds way more realistic, right? How could Game World be the first thing that pops up? No way, it's not realistically possible. I understand that, but that reality is happening here, so it's only obvious that we'd suspect the person who made it. Or, wait, did you make some kind of virtual reality game and... How could a single indie game maker produce a VR game on this scale? They really believe that this is a game world. Perhaps this is just their youthful imagination running wild, or maybe they know something that I don't. I still can't make any kind of judgment call, but... Whatever this world might be, I'm not the bad guy here. Either way, I need to remedy this misunderstanding. For starters, I have no recollection of ever making a game called Seventh Layer. But you released a new game on April Fool's. I remember now. The name is the same. The file name was Seventh Layer. No, I really have no idea. Look, the game I wanted to release on April Fool's was... What was it? Huh? Now what? On April Fool's... What was the game that I was gonna release? Don't ask us! I don't know. My memory is declining by the second. But what's wrong with me? I really can't remember. I planned to put something out. That much I remember. But I have no idea what that was. It's as though there's a perfect little hole in my memory. But at the very least, it shouldn't have been an RPG. And Seventh Layer isn't a name I remember giving it. This Pokemon music is getting a little grating. Yeah, the scene has gone on for quite a while. I just can't believe this game maker is here. He's doing nothing but playing dumb. Wait, I really don't know. I mean, right, yeah, even if just hypothetically I did make this game here, then why would I evolve myself in it like this? If I was the creator, then wouldn't I give myself a higher position of power? I'm a victim here. I wonder. So what? That makes you the hero, right? You'd obviously give yourself that role because you wanted to be the one in this game with the most power. What? Why do you assume that I'm... We have cards. Roll cards. Roll cards? I'm sure you're supposed to have one too. Big Brother and I had one from the beginning. Mine had mage written on it. It said priest on mine. I don't have anything like that. Forced to move by their glares, I felt around in my breast pocket. Despite hoping that I wouldn't find anything, the slim, paper-thin profile of a card grazed against my fingers. And on that card... Whoa, it really says it. Red-handed. Indeed. No, really, believe me. And now that the physical evidence is in your hand, how are you going to weasel out of it? You wanted to play adventurer and needed to drag us in to do it. That's it, right? Speechless, as expected. You're wrong. You two don't even know what it's like to be a creator. Your perspective is completely that of an end user. Of course, some creators would like to be a character in their game, and I'm not saying that's wrong or anything. But Dark Knight of Royaume Heaven isn't like that. You two don't understand my games. The gall to actually talk about understanding. Right? I do not wish to be a player in my game. I am the creator, the one and only god of Royaume Heaven. I don't want to be Adam and Eve. This guy... Adam and Eve? I'm the Alpha and the Omega. With my creations, I enjoy watching the users flail as they complain endlessly about it. If I play a tabletop RPG, I'm not a player, I'm the game master. I want to see the players rack their brains over my constant impossible quests. Who would willingly throw themselves into a map littered with traps of their own design? You have definitely been told you're a terrible game master. You need to empathize with the players a little. That's why Dark Knight's games always get grilled for having terrible controls. And that's why Royaume's Heaven's users keep dwindling. You shut up! Now you're just taking it out on us. Taking it out on us indeed. there's another reason why I wouldn't be the hero. And that is... I absolutely never fight on the front lines. Huh? Rather than taking charge and diving into enemy lines, I like to mull around in the back debuffing. I'm way more enamored with curses and afflictions than flashy attacks or healing spells. Poison, petrify, paralysis, sleep, curse, evade, down, all the stat debuffs, that's what's fun to me. A type of person like that could never be the hero. Why say something like that so brazenly? It's like saying, how would you say something so controversial yet so brave? That's the worst class to have when the game's unbalanced. Also the one everyone targets first. And... what? There's more? The naming of these classes are too simple. If it were me, I'd... ah, you named them something way more cringy. Who's cringy, huh? But if Dark Knight really is the culprit here, something is still way off. The way he's vehemently defending himself isn't quite right. But I still think you're some kind of key to this. I mean, right, the moment we opened the game from your site, we found ourselves here and all. Wait a second. I didn't ask before, but did you two post on the forum in Royaume Heaven? Yeah, we're regulars. Recently, that JB guy has been harassing you a lot. And in response to that, you made it a big deal that you were going to have something on April Fools. So the regulars on the site got pretty curious about that. Regulars? Mel. Oh, so you're that Mel. No wonder I felt like I'd heard it before. You used that name to make posts. Yeah, I was using my real name online. Well, that doesn't seem like a wise thing to do. And Nelly, who are you? I don't remember that name. I go by the name Pinky Rose. Aw, that's cute. I wonder if I'm the only one who thinks that's nice. I remember that name too. I see. So you two really were on my site. It's an odd feeling meeting someone in real life that I've only ever seen online. I definitely didn't think an IRL meetup would be like this. Well, you probably had no intention of hosting one anyway. No. But honestly, even if you said you were going to have one, I wouldn't have gone. They're so rude. So right around April Fools, there were a lot of people posting on forums about a new game. Yeah, right, aside from you two, JB, Pow Pow, Aid, and also Imian. I wonder if that means they're here with us. No way. But then again, we have no real reason to believe that it's just us here. If the cause of this was opening that game we downloaded, they could also very well be involved in this. If that's true, are you here too, Imian? I think I can believe that you didn't make this game. But don't you at least know something? Anything? Even something really minute? I have never even thought about making an RPG, so... Think of something? Just once, I thought about making one, but I ditched it. The only thing that came of it was a loosely compiled outline. Class titles and everything basically were all placeholders, and it has been 4 years since I thought of it. That's ages ago. At the time, I thought an RPG would be good for my first release. Although in the end, it turned into more of a sim-type game. Fairy House, right? I actually really liked that one. Oh, really? That's a little unexpected. I feel like they only ever complained online. Maybe she's being nicer now that we're face-to-face, or maybe it's just fluff. Whatever. Why did you stop making the RPG? No reason, really. I just got sick of working on it. Although, truthfully, I couldn't manage all the settings, and couldn't quite flesh out a detailed story, so I never got on top of it. But if I say that, they'll say something like that happens to all beginners. The detailed story? What's the matter? Honestly, since it was 4 years ago, I don't really remember. I didn't even decide on a name for it, but I remember the outline vaguely. The intro, I think I remember, involves the protagonist getting taken to another world, and descending into a graveyard. Why did you have him come down in a graveyard of all places? I wanted to make it a little unique. Going grimdark just to be edgy is pointless. Shut up already! But, yeah, this is it. We're in that scenario. What's going on here? It was just a failed project. But why is it happening like this? The world of a game that was never meant to be released. And here we are, experiencing it for real. It's starting to feel more like a mystery. Really? It's not very well done for a mystery. Well, I'm so sorry it's not to your liking. No, I didn't mean to diss you there, Dark Knight. Mysteries, you know, have to give the reader some complex machination that they need to solve. Something like an objective. You've just been thrown into something randomly with no clue what's happening. We don't have anything close to an objective right now. This isn't even enough for a lead-in. I had originally thought she was the ditzy type, but now I'm starting to reconsider my opinion of her. Hey, I bet you just had a mean thought, didn't you? No, nothing like that. An objective. True, we have no idea what it is we're supposed to do. Although a vague objective, meaning clearing the game, perhaps? Huh? As in something we're supposed to do. But why, though? In order to understand what's going on, and also to return to where we came from. Do you have any proof that we can go back if we beat the game? I have nothing like that. However, games to begin with are basically things that let you experience the unreal. Whatever medium it may be. And when that ends, the unreal is over, and you essentially return back to reality. At least that's how I see it. Is this really some kind of game world? Or is it some kind of delusion on a massive scale? And who would have set up something like this? I can't make any judgments yet, but if what's happened so far is according to the flow of a game, then that must mean it wants us to continue. Let me speculate. Purely hypothetical, of course. None of us can determine by what method this came to be, but if this game is a game world, or an imitation of one, and moreover if it's based on a project that I scrapped, then I should be able to predict the flow of the story, at least to a degree. I wasn't the creator of Seventh Lair. However, it's based on my outline. And for the guy who made the outline to be here in some way, it's an advantage in our favor. So first, we head to the starting village. And beat this game. Huh? For me, you know, I just want to know what the heck this place is, and also if there's any danger to us here. But if I can be with you, big brother, I don't really care where we are. Right, me too. If I can be with you, I'm fine wherever I am. Eh? That's weird. It's like you two want to be in your own world. But, I mean, you know, won't your family be worried about you? It doesn't really matter. If this isn't the real world, then why should our family matter at all? No, it's not like... Anyway, I've been wondering for a bit now, but why do you think that this isn't the real world? Maybe it's all a big construct, some extension of reality. You don't think so? I don't. This isn't reality. It's a game world. Why, though? I think we'll know soon enough. But still, if we stay here doing nothing, then the story won't progress, and plus I must get back to the real world. There's someone who's waiting for me. Huh? Even though you're a friendless shut-in neat? Now you're going too far. Even I can have a girlfriend. Ugh. Huh. No, Dark Knight. Having an imaginary girlfriend only amplifies the pain. She's not imaginary. I can't believe it. A shut-in neat with a girlfriend? That's enough to tear the fabric of existence. Big brother, it's merely a pathetic illusion. Something like that can't possibly exist. Hey, what are you two getting at? Whatever. Leaving the imaginary girlfriend aside from now. She really exists, though. I'll agree to your plan to move forward. It's true that if we stay here, we'll never know anything. And plus, even if we clear the game, we don't really know if it'll end, right? It kind of sounds like she doesn't want to return to reality. What's up with these two? Is there something going on with them? Okay, then, let's go. Off to the starting town, or whatever. Yeah. For now, let's try making progress. Getting a grasp of our situation is first and foremost. I should also tell them my real name. The script and the art style are very contrasting. Yes, they are, and I can't help but feel like if there's a reason for it, like it feels eerily creepy, almost like I don't know how to describe it. Music too, it's like GB sound chip with Symphony of the Night's concept art. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good way to put it. Looks like we're in a new scene now and it doesn't have chiptune music, so I'm going to be right back because I need to get up and walk around because my voice hurts. So we'll be back in a minute and 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back. Let's continue. Imian, so is it tomorrow when you get to meet that girl? Dark Knight. Honestly, I have no idea how this will play out. Imian. Oh, I know you're happy inside, lol, but come on, you should be glad you have a fan. Dark Knight. Is she really a fan? I mean, who would like this random no-name site on the fringe? Imian. Don't some of us here come here because we like it? Dark Knight. Only because they have nothing else to do. Imian. True, there are no other users like her who send those intense mails to you. I almost couldn't believe it when you showed me. Dark Knight. Maybe she's a little suspiciously forward. Could be some kind of trap. Imian. Don't get catfished. You're the type that easily gets scammed. Dark Knight. I like to think I'm not careless enough to get scammed. Imian. I seem to remember you saying that once before, lol. You jerk. But either way, you should be half excited, half on your guard. I'm telling you, I'm not going to get scammed. Well, I hear ya, but these things can be landmines. There's no guarantee it's actually a female, and if you waltz up all hopeful, you could be in for a bad time. Please don't let this be a guy pretending to be a girl. Even if it is a girl, lol, she might be a psycho-clingy type, lol. I can't wait to hear all the stories you'll have from this, lol. I shouldn't have come to you for help. Imian. This isn't because I'm overly expecting anything and it's just me being hypothetical, but if it's just some completely normal girl, what should I do? This loser is actually expecting something, I knew it. I can see that, you know. Yeah, huh, well, at the very least. How about you learn to make a cappuccino or something? I always thought that I wanted to be a game creator. I thought that I could perfectly reproduce the game worlds I imagined in my head. I thought that all of the game ideas I had were revolutionary. I thought that if I could get into a game company, I could make what I wanted to. And I thought all would sing my praises. So I thought. It was likely that most of those with the lavish title of creator thought just as much. To think I'm a genius. That I have something special which separates me. And using that special something, I could impress and inspire. And also, that other people's ideas were drab. Or, for a less delicate way of saying it, I could make something way better than your boring as hell pile of garbage. Lots of people wouldn't hesitate to say it. And without much doubt in my mind, I was like that too. And in some ways, my dream came true, but then it was crushed. 5 years ago, I found myself with a small developer, and as I always wanted, was officially working on games. But that place was like a cesspool of despair. Like when I had a new idea, when we had a brainstorming meeting, when I made a proposal, when I made a spec sheet, when I literally tried to do anything. People who were considered my superiors would curl their lips into a wicked, sadistic smile and shoot me down repeatedly. I mean, I was new, so things were rough around the edges, but they weren't just there to reshape my ideas. They had to strip them bare and grind them into oblivion. Ragging on others was fun for them and alleviated their stress. Criticism was easy, and you could learn it quickly. Plus, ideas were easiest to step on before they had really taken shape. But it was hard having my ideas rejected. It was almost as if they were saying that my brain was a boring failure of a product. A person can't continue putting out ideas if you constantly trample them. If they could, then they wouldn't be the developer at the bottom of the barrel. They would be on bigger projects, putting out huge original titles into the world. But I, for one, as well as others there, weren't that kind of person. That's why I wore out and eventually became a cog with nowhere to go. There was a time when I scoffed at the routine nature of office work. But I've come to be amazed at the stability office workers have. A highly functioning cog, as opposed to a stripped, busted one, night and day difference. I ended up quitting within a year. I would never see the day where a game I created would be released into the world. How could someone who couldn't even endure being on the bottom ever have a chance to release an original title? It's the truth. Cold and hard as it may be. But if I was forced to stay in that toxic sludge, my brain would have eventually rusted, and even if my time came, I probably wouldn't have been able to have an original thought anyway. And plus, there are other methods. You said you couldn't make an original title unless you're part of a company. There is no such rule. There's always the indie community, isn't there? And right about that time, indie games were all the rage. They were all over the place in game magazines. One that was really making headlines was a game a college girl made where all you do is raise a bunch of plants. One that really wasn't a game at all. And even after millions of downloads, it showed no signs of slowing. I mean, if people were willing to buy that, I could make something too. By myself if need be. No problem. I would make it happen. Or at least I thought as much. And 4 years ago, I made Royale Heaven and released to the world what would be my first game, Fairy House. Imian, I didn't think Fairy House was bad. Come on, don't get all bummed out. You've still got everything ahead of you, yeah? There might be a spark soon enough. Oh, what did I do? Oh no! Oh hell. I effed up. Sorry. I hear the ghost calling, taking me back to where I belong. Sometimes I think it's funny. Sometimes it just seems sad. Sometimes I feel like giving up on the past and all that we had. It might just be that no one's aware of it, and luck plays a big role too, I think. Just think about what you're going to do next. You only say that because you've never made anything before. I'm giving it out for free, and it hasn't even reached 100 DLs yet. And if that wasn't bad enough, just when I thought I would get some reactions, all I get are complaints. I mean, it's free. I'm letting them play it for free. Well, I guess I can understand getting heated, but it won't come together without players. Maybe you could try and get closer to them, to the users, I mean. To only 100 people, and probably less than half of them have even played it? That's at least more than a classroom, a lot more. Maybe Fairy House is just that kind of game. You send messages to fairies, teach them language, and expand conversations. It's just a conversation game. If people could start conversing with them the way they imagine, then their satisfaction will go way up. It'll be more like a game where you raise them. But as it is now, it's not at the point where you can have a real conversation. That's why they get sick of it and complain. You can make it so that you could sample user data and then update it. The users all contribute and make Fairy House bigger. Something like that would make it unique and maybe fun. I mean, that would be a boatload of work for you, LOL. You can suggest all that because you're not a creator. But I'll give it some thought. Yeah, do it. There's no way I can do something like make games, so it's only me running my mouth. But here's what I think. The majority of people have no idea how to make games and don't try to understand, and even if they don't, and they don't even need to anyway. All they need to understand is how to play it. But now you know how much effort it takes to make even a floundering flop of a game. You've learned. Even with a crappy system and a crappy world, you know the time and effort it takes to get to the start menu. By completing the first product of Royale Heaven, you move to the side of understanding. I think that's a big step. I think that's a big first step, you hear? You know, sometimes I wonder, are you a creator yourself? I'm just a well of knowledge is all. I get like this after a while, but I don't impart my knowledge on just anyone. It's only because you made me a fan of Fairy House. Someone's blushing behind the screen. LOL. I am not. I could easily make something like this. In reality, that confidence was quickly shattered in the development process. The other girl was a mere college student with no knowledge of game making, and there I was with a whole year of professional work under my belt. I thought it was just a case of watch a pro at work. What resulted was something light years away from millions of downloads, and something that was railed and ridiculed yet again by critics. Imian consoled me by saying, at least you were noticed. It'd be worse if it was completely ignored, but personally, if they were going to tease me, I would have preferred if they say nothing. I didn't have a thick enough skin to brush it off. In fact, I was so upset I wanted to die at times. At the same time, I was furious. But the one who stuck with me was Imian. I met Imian when I was still a university student, although we've still never actually met directly. We met on an MMORPG, and we got along like two peas in a pod. When we get sick of a game, we'd move on to the next one together. We'd be at each other's throats sometime too, like when one of us would blow it on a co-op game like an FPS. If we were grinding levels in an RPG, we'd have in-depth talks about the menu system and whatnot. Our preferences were almost one and the same when it came to being on the consumer end. I eventually noticed we were chatting almost every day. Our online correspondence continued for years, but I had never suggested meeting up, nor had he. It wasn't like we had any interest in doing so, but more like there was no reason to. In some ways, being online gave us a far more real connection than meeting face to face. Not knowing his real name or where he lived, that in fact might have been the reason why it was so easy to have him as a friend. If I had to say what I know about Imian, it was that he was a guy about my age who mostly liked the same stuff. And then about 2 years after starting Royal Heaven, I had no steady job and was piddling around with game projects at home. I had 5 releases so far. My site was becoming a bizarre hangout for the regulars only, and it was about that time I got a message from a woman. "Hello, I really like your games." Her online name was Giselle. After running the site for 2 years, some decent reviews started coming in. But there had never, ever been someone like her who wrote with such politeness, and moreover a sense of passion in her responses. She had written extensively in reaction to each of my games released thus far. "I can't believe how into Fairy House I am right now. It's so different than anything else that's out. I'm at the point whenever I see a fireplace I can't help but think of it. I don't know, I just feel like I have friends in my computer now. Like I have someone I can talk to, like maybe a counselor? I can completely talk to them about anything, my little fairies. And once I got used to the illustrations, they just got cuter and cuter and..." Crash Moon is just so neat. It's, what do you call it, a block game? It was just so easy to get into. But I messed up so many times destroying the whole world. And I think on the 3rd level I set a new world record. I see your 3rd game is a visual novel. That's kind of surprising. It's so cool that you can write too. Although the story was a little dark and kind of made me sad. Do you ever write happier stories? I want to read more of the things that you write. Maybe something about young love or... The game title is Royal Heaven. How surprising it's the same as the site. Is the Royal that you imagine something like this world? There's no monsters or items, but I never get bored playing it. Were the people who left the notes meant to lead you? Or were those people lost in Royal to begin with? The 5th one. I never expected it to be a rhythm game, lol. It's such a funny theme. Hitting the heart to the beat is a little weird for girls, but that might be what's so neat about you. Oh, I mean, I thought at first, but after a little bit, it got so fun and now I can't put it down. I might be addicted, but it's really so amazing that you can make such unique indie games like this. Her adorably newbie responses were actually a breath of fresh air. She wrote no criticisms, constructive or otherwise, just simple accounts of her enjoyment. It almost made cringe and embarrassment reading them. Suppressing my giddiness, but also the larger sense of shock, I copied her message and forwarded them to Imian. It took me a whole week to reply to her. I had no idea what to say. I was supposed to be thanking her, but I felt an odd pressure writing my replies and started to stress over it. Maybe she doesn't want to reply. Who would be happy getting a response from me? Maybe she just wanted to write something. I started getting really pessimistic about it all. I felt like I would end up destroying her built-up image of who Dark Knight was. Dark Knight is nothing special. He's a loser. The slime of society. He even struggles to pay his taxes. He has no steady job, yet he squanders his time in MMOs. And to top it off, he's nearing 30. If he was really unique, he would have been famous long ago. He's anything but, though. So, maybe it was scary to think her illusion would be broken. Maybe I thought that I, myself, couldn't live up to my users' expectations. Oh god, this is so... Oh wow, this is a little too close to home. But in the end, no matter how many times I tried to stop myself, I expressed my gratitude. I mean, I genuinely wanted to give her my thanks. Well, I'm so glad. I thought maybe I was bothering you with my comments. I'm so happy you replied. Giselle again replied with her usual excitement. And to someone lame like me, She then offered an unexpected proposition. It's a little hard for me to express myself online. If it's okay with you, if it's not an inconvenience, just one time even, would you be willing to meet with me? I should have refused her. I shouldn't have come. I should have turned back. In this downtown area of Paris, my regrets were slowly consuming me. We agreed to meet in a cafe. She gave me both the name and address of the place, so there was no mistake. Our planned meeting time was steadily encroaching upon me. I lived in downtown Paris, so it wasn't hard to get here. But for her to suggest this cafe must have meant that she did too. To reach out to as many users as possible, I made all my games and site contents in English. So to have someone actually want to meet like this was phenomenally unlikely. And I just realized that moments before. She was French as well, and moreover lived in Paris. In the endless ocean of the internet, she found my random fringe website, and she took a liking to my games so much that she wanted to meet me. Isn't this a little too convenient? Couldn't this just be one of my former classmates or coworkers who found my site and was toying with me? I bet they just want to laugh at my expense so they could lure me out with a girl. It's quite possible. No, wait. That's the only thing this could possibly be. Oh, what happened to my model? Who the hell plotted this? Maybe it was him, or maybe him. It doesn't matter. I just have to act now that I figured it out. I'll go home. Not a moment to lose. Right now. I won't be the butt of their joke. Excuse me, can I have the check? Moments before the appointed time and at the limit of my calm, I asked for the check when the cafe door opened and the chilly clang of the cowbells on top rang through the room. And then long, silky black hair, her eyes the color of jade, shockingly clear. They froze me in place. I looked at her and was relatively sure that I had a dumbstruck look on my face. And her, well, after the initial surprise of seeing my face, with a brilliantly warm smile, very likely the first time I had seen such a shimmering smile, she looked to me and spoke. Is that you, Dark Knight? From the bottom of my soul, I regretted not telling her my real name. So I can't tell, like, maybe the red is anecdotes or, like, real world stuff and the blue is fake world stuff. But that is indeed how this works. I will tell you, though, that I am getting very tired, as far as reading goes. This is rough. I haven't done this much reading in a long time. This is like a creepy forest theme. In the vague outline that I had, the main character and his party went to the starting village first. I mean, we wouldn't have any equipment unless we get outfitted, so it's as cliche as you can get in terms of RPG progression. But now I was gripped with regret. Why did I try and be unique and have the main character start in a graveyard? Why, oh why? Could I not have had him start out in a town? And now here I was, being forced to find the fault with my game in person. Whoa, hey! We can't make any progress like this. Do something about it, Mr. Creator. All I did was make the outline for this. Any issues with story progression is not my You don't get to weasel your way out of this. Hey, Nelly, don't be so loud. They're gonna notice us. Oh. We were trying to be silent in the bush, but we weren't even capable of that. And now we have a very real and unreal something before us. Something that shouldn't even exist. What could us real people possibly do against it? Yep, there it is, living and breathing, wriggling around, a fictional being. Look! Oh! A slime! What can we do about it? It's so gross how it moves. Wait, hang on, just calm down. Seeing the real thing makes me want to turn away, but it's merely a slime. Can I turn the music down a bit? Yeah. A slime is an enemy monster that often appears in the early stages of a game. It is meant to be something you can beat even at level 1. Beat it? That? Are you seriously suggesting that? I was hoping maybe you would? You're supposed to be the hero, you spineless dummy. I'm not the hero because I wanted to be. And hey, that's a rude way of putting it. Oh, it's fine. It's just, it's very repetitive chiptune music. It doesn't bother me. I can understand it. You say beat it, but we're just regular people. You don't even know if we had levels to begin with. If we're actually characters in a game here, I'd at least like to see some sort of status menu. We just seem like ourselves. This still doesn't feel real at all. Right, of course, never seen that creature with my own eyes. Maybe the NPCs in the game, in the games feel like this too? Feel like, how? When we play games, we make them jump into battles with no hesitation. But actually, like, what kind of creature is that? Or how strong is it? Or whether it's something we should fight, or how to fight in the first place. Aren't they completely clueless too? So maybe they're really scared, facing a monster without having any idea what lies ahead. I had never actually thought about that. Well, games are just that, games. The characters have the ability to fight from the onset. They're not average people. Well, whatever, it's impossible for us to try and take that on. I think all we can do is wait until it goes somewhere else. Yeah, you're right. Now that that's settled, let's stay here quiet for a while. All this stress is exhausting me. Huh? What's this? A cushion? There's something soft against my butt. Nelly, you're sitting on... That... Huh? What do you mean, that? What else would I... You need to be more specific. Oh no, she sat on it! Yeah! It's here! I mean, it was here all along. We gotta... Calm down. That's not a word. Hey, wait. That one, the one over there is gonna see us too. What? It's... Big brother, you're tagged. What? Tagged? Allow me to explain. That mark means you're being targeted by the enemy. For the most part, the closest character or the last one that inflicted damage will be tagged. However, there are also enemies with skills to target your support characters. Yeah, thanks for the long-winded explanation. So wait, I'm in serious danger here. Create a diversion for us, Mel. Get real, you whack job. We shall not forget your valiant sacrifice. Don't just sacrifice me. Whoa, it's moving. Nelly, weren't you supposed to be a mage? Can't you, I don't know, use some kind of ranged magic that hits both of them? What? I don't know any magic. And wait, aren't you the creator of this? Didn't you make all of the spells? Just a moment, please. I'll try and remember. Remember faster. I think something like frizz, something like crack, something like zap, and something like whoosh. Those are all Dragon Quest references. What's with all the cliche names everyone's heard before? Well, it was only an outline, so don't blame me. Have you no originality? Hey, that's one of the 3 forbidden words to say to a creator. Ah, forget it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I should chant those, right? I'll try it out. Frizz or something. Crack or something. Zap or something. Something censoring the words. Big surprise, copyright screwing the little guys again. Hey, can I slap you? Just one good slap? What gonna get killed! I'm gonna get killed right off the bat by a starter mob! Let's get out of here, fast! If we go straight ahead, we should get to town. Full speed until we get there. Yeah, those were Dragon Quest references. It looks like they're not following. Tag is off me, so it looks like we made it somehow. But why did they seem to disappear the moment we got into town? It's because the tag was automatically taken off. You have laughably bad endurance. I have never seen such an uninspiring hero. I haven't ran since college at all. Even still, this is just pathetic. I hope I don't turn out like this as an adult. You two just have too much energy. Damn. You're not even out of breath at all. This is youth. What do you mean that the tag was automatically taken off? Typical of most RPGs. The monsters aren't allowed into the towns. When we exited the world map, we entered the town area. The monsters, now without a target, will either return to their original locations or simply wander around outside of town. Oh, so it's a system thing. Well, as long as we're safe. What's up, Nelly? Doesn't something about here feel funny? I don't know how to put it. The vibe's just really, really off. I can hear people talking and it seems bustling with activity, but something's weird. Weird? Background sounds are looping. Huh? What'd you say? Like the BGM, all other background sounds are looping. The actual activity of this town is just the sounds giving that impression. I think if we go to the town center, we'll see just that. Since the monsters acted according to some kind of system. I see. So the people will be the same way. Correct. The NPCs aren't actually talking with one another. They're merely doing movements that look like they are, and the sounds aren't really related. Either way, let's get to the town center. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think I can read anymore. That's a lot of reading that I just did. Oh, how do you save? Oh, it's how quick save. So how do I... Oh, arrow. How do I be... Okay, so that's the... Ah, there we go. Ooh, boy! Okay. Thank you for the bone and for the water. So that was a lot of text. I don't think I was expecting quite that much text. It's pretty dense to start out with, but it's pretty interesting in the sense that like it's clearly a visual novel with a mystery to it that seems to be inspired by role-playing games. Like the whole game seems to be the characters playing a role-playing game, which is really interesting. I get the feeling there's probably going to be a lot of jargon and concepts and just things associated with like game creation, since one of our main characters is a game developer and the developer of said game. I can see myself playing this again, if only to get more into it, but it does feel very dense, so I feel like I would have to play it in small bursts so as not to overload myself on the amount of text that's in there. Which the text isn't really the bad part. I think it's just more the combination of the text and the repetitive BGM that really gets me. But that 7th layer, I hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I always like to see the art styles of Novect. Yeah, it's really interesting. So if you want to check out 7th layer, you can find it on. It's on Steam right now. Oh my god, I searched Steam on Steam. I'm out of it. Yeah, you can find it on Steam. It's currently discounted. It is $7.99 originally, but it's discounted right now for $7.19. This is apparently a pretty short visual novel that exists in a parallel universe to the house in Fata Morgana, so it is related to it. I was not wrong. It's just not a sequel. Oh my god. This is a game that features characters from the House of Fata Morgana. That explains so much. Okay. Wow. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so we will definitely consider revisiting this. I would like to see where it leads. So I hope that you'll look forward to that. And that's going to be the end of my stream. I hope that you had fun. I certainly did. And we will see each other here in a few days whenever Mel heads out. I was planning on doing something for New Year's Eve, since Mel's going to be gone at that point. So I was going to stream a bunch of keys because I have a whole bunch of keys to get through. So I might do that, or we might just do like a marathon stream or something. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet, so we'll see what happens. Alrighty, that's it for me. I hope that you have a good rest of your day, subbies. Bye.